Mismatched partners, high-stakes case, hilarious results. That's the recipe for the 1998 action comedy Rush Hour. Chris Tucker's fast-talking LAPD officer James Carter and Jackie Chan's stoic Inspector Lee were an unlikely duo thrown together on a high-stakes kidnapping case. Their clash of styles led to tons of laughs, and the film became a smash hit. The humor reflected the era, but the core of Rush Hour, action, comedy, and buddy cop chemistry, remains timeless. But what about the stars themselves? Where are Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan today? Buckle up and see where these stars have been up to decades later. Number 1. Jackie Chan as Lee's all business. Serious and to the point. He can crack a joke sometimes, but there's no time for fooling around when Soo Young is missing. If Carter gets chatty, Lee cuts him down to size. Talk a lot, do you? Fine by me. The more someone talks, the easier it is to see they're all hot air. He's a top cop in Hong Kong, a fighter with smarts and instincts. Problem is, the FBI sees him as an outsider and tries to push him off the case. Jackie Chan wasn't always the Hollywood heavyweight he is today. After wowing audiences in Hong Kong with his lightning-fast moves, he set his sights on taking his butt-kicking skills global. Known for being a fearless action dude who wouldn't hesitate to take a tumble, or 10, to film crazy stunts, Jackie had critics and moviegoers alike glued to the screen. He wasn't just about the fighting, though. He brought the funny along for the ride, changing the game for Hong Kong action flicks. For a while, it felt like Jackie was finding his rhythm. Then came Snake in the Eagle's Shadow in 1978. This action-comedy combo was a total knockout, launching Jackie from nobody to somebody. He tried his luck in Hollywood with movies like Battle Creek Brawl, but it wasn't quite his time to shine. He'd have to wait until Rumble in the Bronx in 1996 to truly break into the American market. But it was Rush Hour and its sequels that catapulted him into Hollywood royalty status. Jackie was box office gold, proven by hits like Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. Sure, there were a few bumps in the road. Around the World in 80 Days, anyone? But Jackie kept bouncing back. He even teamed up with fellow action legend Jet Li for The Forbidden Kingdom. Whether he was filming in Hong Kong or Hollywood, Jackie Chan remained a box office champion, proving that his fists and funny bone were a winning combination. Lee was played by Jackie Chan when he was 44 years old, and now he is 70 years old. Number 2. Chris Tucker as Carter's a real blowhard. Loud, cocky, and full of himself, he thinks he's the best detective around and isn't afraid to tell everyone. Trouble is, his big mouth and lone wolf act land him in hot water with the bosses. They see him as reckless and untrustworthy. For Carter, though, catching bad guys is like a performance. He loves the job and does it with a flair, all bravado and wisecracks. Guns might be important, but for him, a good one-liner is just as essential. He even struts around, declaring he runs the show. "This is Carter's world, baby. I'm king around here." From stand-up prodigy to box office heavyweight, Chris Tucker's comedic trajectory is as fascinating as it is swift. Having honed his rapid-fire wit in the competitive club circuit of the mid-1990s, Tucker transitioned seamlessly to the silver screen. His scene-stealing performance in F. Gary Gray's iconic Friday showcased his undeniable comedic talent. However, it was his role as Jackie Chan's high-octane counterpart in the action comedy Rush Hour that catapulted Tucker into superstardom. The global success of Rush Hour propelled Tucker to unprecedented heights. He shattered records by becoming the first actor to command a staggering $20 million paycheck for a sequel, a feat he replicated with Rush Hour 2 and Rush Hour 3. Following a brief hiatus, Tucker strategically re-emerged in 2011, reigniting his stand-up career and reminding audiences of his core comedic brilliance. While his rapid-fire jokes and scene-stealing performances are undeniable, his philanthropic endeavors showcase a social conscience. In 2021, he became an ambassador for the Heal Los Angeles Foundation, co-founded by Michael Jackson's son, Prince. This organization tackles critical issues like homelessness, child abuse, and hunger within Los Angeles's inner-city youth. Their dedication to social justice was further underscored in 2022, when Tucker, alongside Steve Harvey, received the inaugural Man in the Mirror Award during the foundation's Halloween Thriller Night. This recognition highlights the power celebrities hold to leverage their platforms for positive change. Carter was played by Chris Tucker when he was 27 years old, and now he is 52 years old. Number 3. Sima as Consul Han Hans, the Chinese consul, the guy who keeps things smooth between China and the U.S. He's serious about his job and would do anything for his daughter, Su Yung, who gets snatched in the story. Even under pressure, Han stays cool-headed. Finding Su Yung is his top priority, and he joins forces with the mismatched team of Detective Carter and Inspector Lee to get her back. Han's love for his daughter is clear as day, making him a relatable character who shows the importance of family. He can handle the tricky world of diplomacy, but also knows when to take a stand. He's basically the picture of finding balance between being a smooth negotiator and someone who gets things done. Sima, the Hong Kong-born actor with a background in American theater and dance, has carved out a distinct space in Hollywood. His success proves that Asian men can excel beyond the realm of high-kicking action stars like Jackie Chan or Jet Li. Ma's journey began with a bang. He garnered attention for his villainous role in Rapid Fire, where he engaged in a thrilling hand-to-hand fight with Brandon Lee on a moving train platform. However, Ma's talents extended far beyond martial arts. Throughout the 90s, he displayed his versatility in dramatic roles. He shone in David Henry Hwang's Golden Gate and became a familiar face on NYPD Blue as the recurring Detective Harold Ng. In 2002, Ma's career took a significant leap with his role as the enigmatic assistant to Michael Caine's journalist in the critically acclaimed The Quiet American. This success propelled him to land his most high-profile film yet, the Coen brothers' comedic remake of The Lady Killers. Here, Ma showcased his comedic range, proving his versatility wasn't limited to drama and action. Independent cinema also embraced Ma's talent. He portrayed a retiree grappling with a hidden past in the poignant Red Doors. On the television front, Ma's portrayal of Chung-ji in 24 showcased another facet of his acting prowess. Here, he engaged in a battle of wits with Jack Bauer, relying on strategy rather than physical combat. Sima's career is a testament to the breadth of Asian representation in Hollywood. He demonstrates that success can be achieved not only through action hero roles, but also through versatility, intelligence, and a willingness to explore the complexities of human experience. Consul Han was played by Sima when he was 46 years old, and now he is 62 years old. Number 4. Ken Leung as Sang, a ruthless and highly intelligent criminal. Sang is a psychopathic and homicidal sadist who has no empathy towards others or any remorse whatsoever and doesn't have any honor, agreeing to fight Carter hand to hand and immediately pulling a gun on him. Like his boss, Sang is a very composed individual, barely ever raising his voice. However, Sang is also much more outright in his viciousness, as he outright tries fight Su Yung and kidnap her, getting even more frustrated when she tries to fight back. Ken Leung is an actor who can really inhabit intense characters. He brings a powerful energy that can be unsettling, but it's that very edge that makes his performances so captivating. After honing his craft on stage and with bit parts in indie films and TV, he caught the eye of director Brett Ratner. Ratner gave Leung his first big break in the action comedy Rush Hour, and later cast him in the suspenseful Red Dragon. Leung's talent isn't limited to one genre. He can switch gears completely, from the chilling fear he evokes in a horror movie like Saw to the gentle vulnerability he portrays in a family drama like The Squid and the Whale. His range clearly impressed Ratner, who brought him back for the superhero finale X-Men: The Last Stand. Leung's portrayal of a mentally unstable patient in the final season of The Sopranos was a masterclass in raw emotion. It wasn't just the audience who was blown away. Showrunners for the hit series Lost were so impressed they crafted a role specifically for him. Despite joining a well-established cast, Leung's character, Miles, quickly became a fan favorite. This is a true testament to Leung's ability to hold his own and shine, even amidst a group of seasoned actors. Leung's strength lies in his versatility. He can deliver powerful dramatic performances that leave a lasting impression, then turn around and deliver a performance that's disarmingly funny and likable. This adaptability makes him a highly respected actor among his peers. A true chameleon who can seamlessly transform into whatever role he takes on. Sang was played by Ken Leung when he was 27 years old, and now he is 52 years old. Number 5. John Lone as Ricky Tan. Ricky Tan initially appears to be kind and polite at Heaven on Earth. However, he is actually a psychopathic and treacherous corrupt detective and the leader of the Triads. He unsympathetically kills Lee's father by shooting him dead. Tan is xenophobic and racial, especially evident when Stephen Rain tries to back out of their deal and Tan responds by cold-bloodedly stabbing him. He is also sadistic, killing people without hesitation. Born in Hong Kong, he started young, training rigorously at a prestigious Peking opera school at the age of 10. After 8 years of intense training in everything from acting to martial arts, he moved to the U.S. at 18. He found work in L.A., acting in small roles and joining an Asian American theater company. But his big break came on stage in New York. His performance in a play by David Henry Hwang earned him an award and led to another play where he did it all: acting, directing, choreography, and even the music. Hollywood came calling, and Lone landed a memorable role as a caveman in Iceman. He showed his range with a ruthless mob boss role in Year of the Dragon, surprising audiences with his movie star looks. Unlike some actors, Lone wasn't interested in just any Hollywood role. He bounced between stage and screen, even directing and singing pop music in Asia. He has his own clothing and makeup line, too. He chose interesting projects like a foreign film called The Moderns and a controversial play called M. Butterfly, where he played a character desired by a French diplomat. He did play some villains, though. He battled Alec Baldwin in The Shadow and was a cold-blooded assassin in The Hunted. American audiences saw him again in 2001, playing a charming gangster in the action comedy Rush Hour 2. Ricky Tan was played by John Lone when he was 29 years old, and now he is 71 years old. Number 6. Tom Wilkinson as Griffin Carter's a real blowhard. Loud, cocky, and full of himself, he thinks he's the best detective around and isn't afraid to tell everyone. Trouble is, his big mouth and lone wolf act land him in hot water with the bosses. They see him as reckless and untrustworthy. For Carter, though, catching bad guys is like a performance. He loves the job and does it with a flair, all bravado and wisecracks. Guns might be important, but for him, a good one-liner is just as essential. He even struts around declaring he runs the show. "This is Carter's world, baby. I'm king around here." Tom Wilkinson never went in for all the glitz and glam, but that didn't stop him from building a fantastic career. He even got nominated for an Oscar for his acting in the Bedroom. Wilkinson's fancy car didn't arrive in the 80s. His big break came in the 90s with serious period pieces like Sense and Sensibility, but he wasn't afraid to have some fun. A few years later, he surprised everyone with a hilarious role in the hit comedy The Full Monty. This ability to switch between serious and funny became his thing. He could go from big action movies like Rush Hour and superheroes in Batman Begins to totally different, smaller films like The Importance of Being Earnest. He wasn't just about laughs and explosions, though. Wilkinson did some mind-bending stuff, too, like playing the guy who invented a memory-erasing machine in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He also tackled dramatic roles, like a powerful lawyer losing it all in Michael Clayton. Even on TV, Wilkinson impressed everyone. He brought history to life, playing a mischievous Benjamin Franklin in John Adams, and even got award nods for his role as the tough Kennedy family dad in The Kennedys. Griffin was played by Tom Wilkinson when he was 50 years old. Sadly, Wilkinson died of cardiac arrest at his home in London on 30th of December 2023 at the age of 75. Number 7. Elizabeth Pena as Johnson & Johnson's the go-between for the Hong Kong police and the LAPD. She's a diplomat extraordinaire, smoothing things over between the two cultures whenever a case gets messy. She's a whiz at navigating those cultural differences, which is a huge help with investigations. Johnson's also sharp as a tack. She catches details others miss and offers insights that prove super valuable. Plus, she knows how to cut through all the bureaucratic nonsense that can slow things down, keeping the detectives on track. And even under pressure, Johnson stays cool and collected. She can be professional while still understanding how tough things can be for Lee and Carter, making her a great teammate. Born into a family full of performers, acting was in her blood from a young age. Her parents, who immigrated from Cuba, were big names in Latino theater, and they definitely encouraged Elizabeth's talent. By her teens, Elizabeth was already on the stage and in commercials. Her film debut came in a Spanish-language movie, and from there she built a career playing characters with a lot of spark and independence. She wasn't afraid to break the mold, taking on anything from a knife-wielding waitress to a disco queen. Her big break arrived in the form of a scene-stealing role in the comedy Down and Out in Beverly Hills. Even though she wasn't the top-billed star, her performance as a feisty maid with a mind of her own left a lasting impression. This opened doors to more opportunities in both movies and TV shows. She played Richie Valens' stepsister-in-law in the beloved biopic La Bamba and landed a recurring role on the groundbreaking Latino drama series Resurrection BLVD. Elizabeth's career continued to flourish throughout the years. She balanced projects on the big screen with appearances on popular TV shows like Boston Public and CSI Miami, showcasing her versatility. She even lent her voice to a character in the hit Disney Pixar film The Incredibles. Johnson was played by Elizabeth Pena when she was 39 years old. Sadly, Pena died on October 14, 2014, at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 55. Number 8. Rex Linn as Agent Whitney. Unlike his uptight partner Russ, Whitney's a lot more easygoing. He's got a sharp wit that Carter digs, and they crack each other up even in the middle of a serious case. Their back and forth keeps things from getting too heavy. On the flip side, Whitney's a team player through and through. When things get messy, he's always got Russ's back. They work well together because they know they can rely on each other, no matter what. Rex Linn's path to Hollywood wasn't your typical one. In the 1980s, he was a bank manager in Oklahoma, a far cry from the bright lights of Los Angeles. But when his bank closed down in 1982, it sparked a career change. Instead of crunching numbers, Linn decided to take a leap of faith and pursue acting. He started small, building his experience with local TV commercials and bit parts in movies. He even landed a role as a villain in a 1989 thriller alongside Roy Scheider. Recognizing his potential, Linn decided to take his talents to Los Angeles in 1990. His unique physical presence helped him stand out, and he started to land more TV gigs. A major turning point came in 1993 with a role in the action flick Cliffhanger, starring Sylvester Stallone. This exposure, coupled with his consistent work on shows like The Fugitive and Jag, helped him solidify his place in Hollywood. Then, in 2003, came The Golden Ticket. Linn landed the recurring role of Detective Frank Tripp on CSI Miami. The show was a global phenomenon, becoming one of the most watched TV series at the time. This role propelled Lin to a whole new level of fame and recognition. Talk about a career turnaround. From managing accounts to cracking cases on primetime TV, Rex Lin's story is a testament to following your dreams, no matter how unexpected the path may be. These days, it's safe to say he's doing much better financially than most of his old bank customers. Agent Whitney was played by Rex Lin when he was 42 years old, and now he is 67 years old. Number 9. Ziyi Zhang as Hu Li is all killer, no filler. This beautiful young Chinese woman hides a dark side, vicious, ruthless, and downright sadistic. Psychotic, too, if the rumors are true. She starts the movie undercover, a blonde wig hiding her true self as she delivers a package to the U.S. Embassy. Right after, boom, the building goes up in flames. Cool as ice, she walks by a nearby cook and even suggests calling the police. Deception is her game. Ziyi Zhang is a stunning Chinese actress who rose to international fame with her captivating performances. Her debut in director Zhang Yimou's The Road Home turned heads at the Berlin Film Festival. Not only did her performance impress critics, but rumors of a romance with the director fueled the media frenzy. Comparisons were also drawn to Gong Li, another acclaimed actress who Yimou had previously helped launch to stardom. However, Zhang quickly proved herself to be more than just a beautiful face, with a connection to a powerful director. Just months later, she delivered another show-stopping performance in the martial arts masterpiece, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This film boasted established stars like Michelle Yeoh and Chow Yun-fat, but it was Zhang's portrayal of the headstrong Jen Wu that truly captivated audiences. Her character, a sheltered aristocrat yearning for adventure, showcased Zhang's impressive acting range and undeniable talent. This one-two punch of critically acclaimed performances solidified her status as a major star in China. However, Zhang's ambitions extended beyond her home country. In 2005, she landed the lead role in Memoirs of a Geisha, a film that propelled her into the international spotlight. Her performance earned widespread critical acclaim and established her as a major force in Hollywood. This was a significant achievement, as Chinese actresses rarely achieved such mainstream success in the U.S. at that time. Ziyi Zhang's talent and determination not only made her a household name in China, but also paved the way for future generations of Asian actresses in Hollywood. Hu Li was played by Ziyi Zhang when she was 22 years old, and now she is 45 years old. Number 10. Rosalind Sanchez as Isabella Molina. Isabella's a sharp Secret Service agent on the trail of a counterfeiting ring run by the nasty gangster Ricky Tan. Her brains and resourcefulness make her a perfect partner for the mismatched duo of Lee and Carter. She knows how to navigate the dark underbelly of the criminal world, which proves super helpful in their investigation. But flash forward 3 years after Rush Hour 2, and things take a dramatic turn in Rush Hour 3. During a case in New York, she and Lee get attacked, leaving Isabella with a serious injury that changes her life forever. It was her exotic, raven-haired beauty that initially brought her fame, but actress Rosalind Sanchez went from modeling to striking a different type of pose, effectively landing roles as tough-minded law enforcement figures with gun in hand. In 2001, she landed a dream role as a secret agent opposite Jackie Chan in the blockbuster Rush Hour 2. She wasn't just eye candy, though. Sanchez brought the action as Isabella Molina, a tough-as-nails undercover agent who could hold her own with the best of them. But Sanchez is more than just muscles. She showcased her acting chops in diverse roles, from the hilarious Chasing Papi with Sofia Vergara to the gripping crime drama Without a Trace, where she held her own for several seasons. She even went behind the camera, composing the music for the film Yellow, about a dreamer chasing stardom in New York City. Sanchez isn't just about acting, though. She's a talented singer, too. Her debut album, Borinqueña, was a hit, with the song Amor Amor scoring a Latin Grammy nomination for its sizzling music video, She even appeared in music videos with Craig David and Fabulous. Always up for a challenge, Sanchez took on a villainous role in Rizzoli and Isles before landing the lead in the critically acclaimed Devious Maids. This sassy comedy drama proved that Sanchez could be funny and fierce at the same time. Isabella Molina was played by Rosalind Sanchez when she was 28 years old, and now she is 51 years old. Number 11, Alan King as Stephen Rain. Rain was a high roller, the owner of the swanky Rain Towers Hotel and the flashy Red Dragon Casino. With all that cash and a sharp mind for business, he commanded respect, and maybe a little fear. So yeah, Rain was a charmer. That much was clear. But behind that smile, he was a smooth operator, willing to play both sides for his own gain. In the end, though, his greed got the better of him, and he might have ended up paying the price. Alan King wasn't always the comedy king we know today. He started out with tired jokes about mothers-in-law and stereotypes, but then he saw Danny Thomas perform. It was a revelation. Thomas connected with the audience, having a conversation instead of just throwing out punchlines. King took note and transformed his act, using everyday situations for humor, a style that resonated with people moving to the suburbs in the 1950s. King wasn't just funny, he was also hustling. Living near New York City, he became Ed Sullivan's go-to guy for last-minute fill-ins. This exposure skyrocketed his career, landing him gigs with legends like Judy Garland and eventually making him a regular guest host on Johnny Carson's show. He even emceed JFK's inauguration. King's influence extended beyond the screen. He was a mainstay at the New York Friars Club roasts, and his legacy continues to inspire comedians like Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, and Billy Crystal. He even has an award named after him, the Alan King Award for American Jewish Humor. Not bad for a guy who started with some tired jokes. Stephen Rain was played by Alan King when he was 74 years old. Sadly, King, who smoked cigars heavily, died at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in Manhattan on May 9, 2004, from lung cancer. Number 12. Harris Ulin as Agent Sterling. A high-ranking official with the U.S. Secret Service, seriousness practically followed him around like a shadow. No jokes, no messing around, just pure dedication to duty. Things got complicated when Detectives Lee and Carter from the Hong Kong police force started digging into a big counterfeit money operation run by the Triads. Sterling swooped in, claiming the case fell under his jurisdiction. He wasn't interested in the Hong Kong cops getting anywhere near it. See, the Hong Kong police had their sights set on a major Triad leader, Ricky Tan. But Sterling wasn't convinced it was that simple. He believed this case ran deeper, that Tan was just a pawn in a much bigger game. Another one of those frustratingly nameless but omnipresent and talented faces of stage, film, and TV, chameleon-like player Harris Ulin has avoided the severe stereotyping lost to many a prolific actor. Benign, balding, and often bearded, Ulin off-camera was a stark contrast to the tough, unsympathetic men he presented on camera. Born in Los Angeles in 1937, Ulin wasn't your typical Hollywood hopeful. He traveled extensively before dedicating himself to acting, honing his craft at UCLA under the renowned Jeff Corey. The stage became his first love, particularly the classics. He excelled in Shakespearean plays like Hamlet and King Lear, earning acclaim for his intensity and stage presence. He even ventured into directing off-Broadway productions. Ulin didn't hit the big screen until his mid-30s. His imposing presence, characterized by a bald head and a serious demeanor, landed him a string of supporting roles in films like Scarface, 1983, and Ghostbusters 2, 1989. He also found success on television, portraying historical figures like J. Edgar Hoover and George Marshall. Ulin's brilliance lies in his ability to transform. He could be the embodiment of white-collar villainy or a maniacal genius, but he could also deliver a nuanced performance in a light comedy. He wasn't afraid to take on quirky or even comedic roles, showcasing his versatility. While Ulin never achieved megastardom, his career is a testament to dedication and talent. He's a respected figure in the acting community, earning an Emmy nomination for his guest appearance on Frasier. Even today, in his 80s, he continues to grace our screens with memorable performances. Agent Sterling was played by Harris Ulin when he was 64 years old, and now he is 86 years old. Number 13. Kenneth Chang as Captain Chin. Captain Chin wasn't one to mess with. A high-ranking officer in the Hong Kong police force, he carried himself with the kind of authority that kept everyone on their toes. He had a way of earning respect without even saying a word, and under his watch, investigations ran like a well-oiled machine. But Chin wasn't just all bark and no bite. He knew the value of teamwork, which is why he worked hand-in-hand with Chief Inspector Lee and Detective Carter. Even when things got messy, like when other agencies tried to muscle in on their case, Chin kept things professional. Justice, not turf wars, was his top priority. With a long list of detective dramas under his belt, Chinese actor Kenneth Tang developed a close working relationship with Hong Kong action legend John Woo, after appearing in the director's 1986 blockbuster, A Better Tomorrow, leading to roles in that film's sequel and 1989's The Killer, all starring Wu mainstay Chow Yun-fat. Zong and Yun-fat stepped into Hollywood together, co-starring in Antoine Fuqua's stylish actioner The Replacement Killers in 1998. While still finding roles in Hong Kong cinema, he appeared in a handful of big-budget American projects, including the Bond entry Die Another Day and the buddy comedy Rush Hour 2. Kenneth Tang died on April 27, 2022, in Tsim Sha Tsui, Hong Kong, at the age of 86. Captain Chin was played by Kenneth Tang when he was 77 years old. Sadly, on the evening of 26th of April, he experienced chest discomfort and asked his family to deliver his medication for chronic hypertension, which they promptly did. However, the following day, he was found unresponsive in his room by health officials who arrived to conduct a PCR test, and paramedics pronounced him dead at the scene. He was 87. We really love the cast of the Rush Hour 1 and 2. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you on the next video.